What's up, y'all? Xavier Joseph here. Today I sound a little under the weather, so I apologize about that, but I wanted to film this for you. But I have a new mic set up, so I'm super excited about having this here, getting the audio really good. So even though I'm sick, I have a cool rig here, so hopefully it makes up for it. But anyway, today we have a really fun video. We're going to be talking about how to eat out when you're trying to follow a meal plan. Because you can't tell me there's never been a time that, you meal prep throughout the week, everything's looking good, but then you have a dinner to go to, a party that you're hosting, a birthday party or something for somebody else, especially when it's around the holidays. You have all these events, all these things to do. There's tons of sweets, there's tons of stuff. There's all these holiday specials at restaurants. So today we're talking about how to stick with it when you can't eat out and you don't have your meal prep to save you. We're going to talk about a couple tips and tricks that'll work at any restaurant you go to. And then I'm going to give you 5 different restaurants that are pretty much safe to eat at, that are kind of my go-tos when it's time to eat out if I'm the one getting to choose. So let's get right into it. All right, so to start off with, here are some tips that you can use at any restaurant that'll be very, very, very helpful. Tip number 1. Always ask, regardless of what you're going to order. Even if you're going to order something fun, you're just going to kind of go off plan and just order like a cheat meal, let's just say. Always ask for no oil and butter on your meals. Every single restaurant can accommodate that request. I've had some people come and say they didn't think they could, and once they went back and asked, they came back and said, okay, we can figure this out, we can do something, or we can't completely do away with oil, but we can use like a lot less than we normally use. Something, regardless of what they do, it will be best if you can get them to really, the butter they can take out regardless. Usually the oil, depending on what you ordered, is necessary to like not burn the place down. So sometimes they can't completely do away with oil, but a lot of these restaurants will have PAM or some equivalent like spray in the back, or they'll just use like a lot less oil, which at the end of the day is much better. But it's really important to try to get them to lower the amount of extra crap they put in your food, because they put a lot of weird stuff in your food. I don't even know all the things they put, but you'll make something at home and then you'll eat it at a restaurant and it'll just make your stomach feel different. That doesn't just come because it's in a different kitchen. There's something in the meats or the process or whatever they're doing that makes the food taste a little different. So anything you can eliminate from that is the best. So the first thing is no oil and no butter when you go to a restaurant. Across the board, whatever you're going to order. The second thing is don't be afraid to order off menu. A lot of the times, especially with my wife, she's the one who does this meticulously, is she goes and she will say, I just want a side of grilled chicken and I want a side of broccoli and I want a baked potato. And that's what she orders. And generally, it's cheaper to order off menu, but you also have the ability to just order some sort of sauce or whatnot. And even if it's a, full fat barbecue sauce or ranch or something, you can get a little side of it and just kind of dip whatever you want in it, or ketchup or whatever you want. But it allows you to control a lot better what you're getting. So don't be afraid to order off menu. If they have chicken, even if it's some weird type of chicken, 9 out of 10 times they have just a grilled chicken laying back there before they put it and do all the fancy stuff to it. So don't be afraid to order and ask for what you want. I mean, you're the one in control here. You're the one coming out to ask for a service. So don't be afraid to, in a polite way, ask for what you want. You have that right. I even went to Maggiano's, heavy Italian restaurant, when I was on competition prep. I really wasn't sure how I was going to do it, but I went there, said it was a dietary restriction. The chef came out and everybody in my family ordered like monstrous amounts of food. It was one of the most difficult meals in my life to eat, but I just had my side of chicken, my side of asparagus, and I forget what I did for my carb. I may have not even done a carb. It was really close to competition, and that was fine. It sufficed. It was exactly what I needed, and we had no problem. So don't be afraid to go off menu and ask for what you want. If you want to stick on plan, it's your responsibility to make sure you stick on plan. If you want to stick to your plan, it's your responsibility to stick to your plan, even when you're out at a restaurant. It can be done. It just takes a little bit of thought. So the third thing is just get water. Don't order anything else. It's the easiest thing and the cheapest thing to just stay on plan. Believe it or not, I have gone to places and I've ordered, Coke Zeros, Dr. Pepper Zeros, and every now and then I've tasted them and I'm like, I swear this is regular Coke. And they're like, no, it's not. No big deal. No, it's not. So I'll be like, okay, whatever. I must just not know. Then, 3 refills later, it's like, look, there's no way. And then after arguing, they're like, oh, we just realized the hoses were wrong. And yeah, you did get regular Coke. So now I was drinking regular Coke. And that might sound stupid, like you should have known. But, when these people only job is to know what's going on back there, I try to trust them a little bit that they know what they're doing. And yeah, so sometimes, I will get Coke Zero. I'll never get a regular soda, regardless. The sugar is just too much and always bad. No matter if it's a cheat meal, never get regular soda. But I will generally, if I go out to eat, tend to order just unsweetened iced tea and sweeten it myself. But at the end of the day, to play it the safest possible, just get water. It's easier, it's cheaper, you always know you're getting water. And the 4th tip, this is not really a ordering thing, this is on the way back, and maybe people won't agree with me, but you are paying for a service. When that food comes, if you have asked for X, Y, and Z so you can stay on plan, don't be afraid to speak up. If you see butter on something, don't just wipe it off and say it's okay. You asked for no butter. That butter now, because somebody else didn't get it right, now you get to have those calories. You get to get slightly off plan. And it all depends on how intensely you want to stick to your plan. But for the sake of this video, we're going to assume that everyone really wants to stick with their plan. All right. So don't be afraid to speak up and make sure that your food is ordered exactly as you need it. All right. There's not many tips and tricks when you go out to eat. It's just using kind of some common sense stuff that you would do at home and making sure that they do it there. That's really what it is. So focus on those few things and you will not have a hard time eating out. All right, so let's get into the fun part of this video and talk about my go-to restaurants to stay on plan. So let me know in the comments what your go-to restaurants are, because I'm sure there are ones that I'm forgetting, but I chose these based on how easy it is for me to stay on plan and the proximity to where I live. So the first one will be Saltgrass. Saltgrass is super easy to stay on plan. There's tons of chickens, tons of steak, tons of seafood. Very easy. If you can just avoid the bread they bring at the beginning, you'll be golden, which it is hard. So just tell them not to bring it. Just take it and tell them to go somewhere else with it. But I mean, you can order the best meal, but then if you load up on bread and butter, what's the point? Like, yeah, I mean, you're saving yourself calories from eating like a big chicken fried steak or something, but realistically, it's not helpful if you load up on bread and butter. So Saltgrass, that is my go-to. I think it's the Wagon Boss Top Sirloin, 8 or 10 ounce. I think do they have 10 ounces? If they have 10 ounces, then it's 10 ounces is what I get. It is fantastic. Baked potato dry in a salad. Sometimes I'll get honey mustard on that just to be adventurous. But yeah, that is my number 1 spot. Number 2 is Landry's. Landry's, if you don't know, is primarily a seafood restaurant, but they've got everything there. 9 out of 10 times a seafood restaurant will have great other healthy options. They'll have steaks, they'll have chickens, they'll have everything else. But Landry's is fantastic. It's one of the only places that I go and get fish at. My whole mother's side of the family is from Boston, so we spent a lot of time in Boston eating a lot of real seafood. So already, seafood in Texas, in my opinion, is really not that great. But Landry's is one of the only places I'll just kind of get over it and enjoy fish, and I actually do think it tastes great. My go-to is the mahi mahi. That's my favorite. I forget what it comes with, but there's I usually get like a bed of rice or something with it and veggies or something like that. And so there are tons of great options for fish. So that's what I tend to get and try just not to be super hungry. And again, avoid the bread. They got some really good bread. I think their bread might even be pre-buttered. So avoid the bread at all costs. The third place is Cheddar's. Kind of flies under the radar. When I want a really good steak or chicken, I will go to Cheddar's. It is super cheap. I think what I normally get is the lemon pepper chicken. It's like $12 or something. Used to be $9, so that's always fun. But it comes on a bed of rice, so it's already there. And then you can get 2 more sides. So I usually just get 2 different veggies, or if I'm on a bulk, I'll just get another carb and a veggie as well. But lemon pepper chicken is very straightforward, just has lemon seasoning and pepper on it, and it's done. Call it a day. The steaks, my wife gets those a lot. The steaks are really, really good. They have some salads. If you get salads there or really anywhere, Generally, the salads themselves aren't that bad, but it's the sauces that they mix in are just horrible. So if you like a particular salad or you're in a salad mood, just order it and get the sauce on the side, or ask for a different sauce. Don't even mix it in with the dressing that they're asking you to mix it in, if you will. So yeah, Cheddar's is my third go-to place. It's just super easy, super cheap. I got no problems with Cheddar's. It's usually super chill environment. You don't need reservations, super easy to get into, and I think it's open like pretty late as well. And the fourth one is literally any Mexican restaurant that exists. Literally any one that exists. You can get fajitas. These are your go-to thing. No, you can't have enchiladas. You can't have quesadillas. You can't have all these little like carnitas and empanadas and blah, but you can have fajitas. They have fajitas at every single Mexican restaurant that exists. So find your favorite one that gives you the most amount of food and go and enjoy a good set of fajitas. It's super easy to eat. And as long as, again, you don't load it up with tons of beans, tons of cheese, tons of everything, just get corn tortillas if you want to. Put the chicken on there. Put the onions and bell peppers and all that. You can do a little bit of the avocado if you want to. If you're on a cut, your better option is get the salsa they bring with the chips and just put that on top of it. And you are good to go. You can have like 3 of those. You know, if you're a guy, maybe 4. But they're super easy and they're on plan. So don't really worry about that at all. Mexican restaurants are easy. And the 5th one is another broad group of restaurants. And that is any Chinese restaurant on the planet. It is so easy, whether you're eating at a mom and pop Chinese restaurant or if you're eating at like a P.F. Chang's. Every single one has steamed chicken and rice. Every single one has beef and steamed rice. Every single one has these staples. It is so easy to eat at a Chinese restaurant. It's unbelievable. You can stay on plan very easily eating at Chinese restaurants. When I travel for work, a lot of the times when I arrive someplace, I will literally just go, I will find the nearest open Chinese restaurant and order 2 or 3 meals from them, get whatever type of ginger sauce or whatever they got. And if you just get the sauce on the side, put the ginger sauce or whatever they have. Generally, most of their sauces aren't like super fatty, but usually if you ask, especially to P.F. Chang's, they can kind of tell you which is the lowest calorie, lowest sodium type sauce. Really, the sodium's your biggest issue in a lot of these sauces, because that's just like Chinese restaurants' thing, is to pack the crap out of these sauces with sodium. So you generally ask them, they can tell you which one. I think we usually get the ginger dressing that it comes with, but Chinese restaurants are the easiest to eat at. Well, anyway, y'all, I hope you enjoyed this video, and hopefully those little tips and tricks for eating out when you're on your meal plan will help you as you have these events come up. I'm going to make a couple more videos on places you should never eat out, and we're going to talk about fast food in some of the next videos. So we're going to kind of do like a healthy eating series here. Let me know what you think. I would love to hear from you, love to hear your opinions. You know, the whole thing is making this a lifestyle. So anything you can offer to assist others, that would be fantastic as well. Anyway, y'all, if you're looking for a plan, looking for guidance to stick on your meal plan, to stick with fitness, to change your entire life, please go down below. There's a link to my website, theacademyperformance.com. We offer everything from pre-built programs to subscription programs to one-on-one online custom training to even in-person training if you're so interested. And we are a new business, and we are having our first set of clients kind of finish their initial 3-month, 90-day programs, and they have made amazing results. I'm so proud of them, and we're having more and more folks sign up each and every week. We're so blessed to be able to do this for you guys and to be able to help you guys reach your fitness goals. So if you want, go down there, check this out. We also have the free ultimate guide to shredded 6-pack abs down there, completely free. It's a 10-page guide that I give you all the information you need to get yourself on the path to getting those ripped 6-packs. So tons of information down there to help you get started and to help you reach the goals that you have been dying to reach for years. Thank you all so much for joining me again, and I will see you in the next video.